other day that I forgot to mention explicitly in last night's was to add it to the front of the list instead of the end, right? So let's do it that way. How many people did that on this project? Yeah, a few. Yeah. What do I do? Where do I even begin? We know how to append child, but how do we move it at the beginning of that thing? So prepend, let's look at JavaScript DOM prepend. Here it is on MDN, our new best friend. This is an experimental technology. Because this technology specification has not stabilized, check the compatibility table for usage in various browsers. Okay, also the syntax is subject to change. Chrome, 54. Firefox, 49. Internet Explorer, not at all. Opera, 39. Safari, not at all. Which means it also doesn't work on iPhones. Probably a little too bleeding edge because it's not part of the standard yet. So in this case, I'm going to choose to do it a different way. I'm eager for this to become more stable. But yeah, if you did it that way, nothing, that's fine. You still get your super mega bonus credit or whatever. But I'm going to choose to do it a different way. If you look at our Google results, the second one is insertBefore. So what's that do? Inserts the specified node before the reference node as a child of the current node. Nice technical definition. We can unpack that. Okay, so syntax. Parent node dot insert before. So what's the parent node? The list, right? So instead of append child, we'll call this dot list dot insert before. First argument to insert before is the new node, the thing we want to insert, which is what in this case? This list item that we built, right? Second argument, reference node. What's reference node? Inserts the specified node before the reference node. It's the thing we're putting it before. It's the next one. So if we already have the fly on the list and Jurassic Park on the list, and I type in the Lost World, the parent is the list. The first argument is the LI that I build out of the Lost World. And the second argument, the reference node, is the LI that has the fly in it, right? The thing I want to insert it before. How on earth am I going to get that? Okay, I heard a few things. I heard a previous sibling. I heard a first child. If we know what we want it at the very beginning, first child sounds reasonable. Yeah, Gabby?
Well, if you do list.child nodes, that gives you a node list of all the items in the list.
Okay.
And if you do 0, then it'll start.
Okay. So let's grab the list item or the list and play around with it in the console. If you're not sure what to do, experiment. So we know that app.list is the list. So let's see here, app.list. She's saying child nodes. Looks like an array type thing. So child nodes, square bracket 0 would be the first one. Somebody back here said first child. That was Dom. Don't make a joke about the DOM. First element child and first child. So first child gives us exactly the same thing as node square bracket 0 looks like. Reads a little nicer. I like first child. What's the difference between first child and first element child? So elements are nodes. What else could it be?
You can have nodes like text nodes and the document node, but that's not necessarily.
Right. So first child will give you the first child, whatever that is, which could be text, plain text, not another element. So if you knew that the thing you wanted to grab were an element, you could use first element child. In this case, we want it, let's say we just want it to be the very first thing in that list, regardless. So first child will do. You can totally insert before a text node too. So insert before what? This.list.firstChild. Again, nothing wrong with doing .node square bracket 0. That's a solution. There are many, many ways to solve many of these problems. I'm choosing this in part because I think it's slightly easier to read and tell what's going on. That's a pretty long line. I might want to indent this just because. Let's see if it works. The Fly, Jurassic Park. Hey, it went to the top. Will it work if I do it again? Big Chill. Yeah. Ship it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dave, do you have a suggestion?
I had a question.
Okay. Questions are okay too.
When it's the first element, or when there's nothing in there, or when I know that, what is this.list.firstChild?
Good question. It didn't give us an error, right? So it worked. So app.list.firstChild right now is null. You might expect that to produce an error, but it doesn't.
InsertBefore just knows how to handle that.
Apparently. Yep. It's kind of how we would want it to work. Insert it before, nothing in particular, but it still inserts it. So, all right. We updated the DOM, but our data's out of sync, isn't it? Our array, let's look at that. Let's add the flaw. Muggered Jurcirk perk app.flicks. It's got the flaw first. They're in the wrong order. How do we fix it? How do we add something to the beginning of an array instead of the end? Push adds it to the end. Right. That's right. Unshift. Why is it called unshift? Let's see if we can use our friend MDN again. JS array unshift. What do you know? It's the first result again. The unshift method adds one or more elements to the beginning of an array and returns the new length of the new array. So there's probably a shift, right? The shift method removes the first element from an array. So unshift, shift isn't add to the end. Shift is remove the first element. Unshift is add a new first element. So that makes shift the opposite of what? So if unshift is the opposite of push, it's the opposite of pop, basically, right? Pop takes it from the end. Shift takes it from the beginning. Push adds it to the end. Unshift adds it to the beginning. Unshift. Let's see if it's all true. Dearth, Worsh, Earn, Der, Pern, Durance, Der, App, Dot, Flicks, Earn, Pern, Durance, Der, Dearth, Worsh. Yay, it works. Go us. We fixed it. Add flicks to the beginning of the list.